welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be discussing the current pop in the altcoin market to the upside, with a potential DeFi season on the horizon, which may or may not have already started, with coins like Chainlink and other DeFi projects rising to the upside, capturing a lot of attention. However, with those rises, we know market psychology comes into play, so we will be discussing the market psychology of the big green candles and the big red candles on some projects, very in particular attention to the Bitcoin dominance and the rotation of the market with liquidity moving about. Really not seeing too much new liquidity in the market at the minute, so we'll be focusing on the Fibonacci's and the technical analysis rather than new money coming into the market, with what we've got at the minute on the altcoins and the current chart that I've got up, which is the others chart. So really trying to focus on where is the liquidity moving in the market. Are we seeing the liquidity move into certain coins and then from Bitcoin to other coins, and where are we potentially going to be looking at the market being in a couple of months? Are we potentially starting to see some of our predictions start to play out with coins like Chainlink that we was talking about down at the $4 and $5 regions, talking about these rises? We've got those 100% rises now. Do we need to be cautious, or do we still need to just sit back, relax, and let the market do the work? We'll go in depth on all of that, guys. So if you like the video, give it a like. Of course, any comments, subscriptions, always appreciated. Let's get straight into the analysis. If you've been watching my videos over the past years on Chainlink, I think I posted one in January where we was looking for the final drop into the big monthly bullish breaker candle, which we got, and we posted on Twitter. This is the most exciting time in the market for Chainlink, the most optimal time for people to be interested. That was posted in June. We said it was the most exciting time for Chainlink. We're nearly at the big bullish breaker candle, just looking for that trend line retest down at around 4.5 and in them $5 regions. Big bearish candle, nobody interested. The analysis had taken 7 months to play out, with the analysis compared to Ethereum. The most optimal time for buying in the monthly time frame turned out to be a wick, but at that time at $4.5 and $5, we was not to know that. People did not want to buy, and now if we just take a look at how much Chainlink has gone up to the upside from that level, we're talking about a major 100% move, and then 100% moves are what we like to capitalize on. All of that liquidity above these wicks now taken, so I think now is potentially a dangerous time to be entering Chainlink, because if we just have a look on the higher time frame, look at where we are now heading into. We are sort of approaching this big bearish candle breaker on the higher time frame monthly, and we're right just above the middle of the range, so not really a time we want to be looking for entering longs, as now most people in the market are trying to analyze Chainlink and saying, oh, we're going to go up. We may as well do, but you want to be in a situation in the market where you've entered at the lows, you're in profit, you're able to skim off as we go up, and if we was to crash back down, you've got that capital available to be able to buy for any more retraces to the upside, which is why I'm so focused on my analysis when we are analysing the big bearish candles, saying now's the most optimal time to buy, and saying, you know, when we've had them 100% moves to the upside, the risk to reward is not as good as it was down at the lows. Because usually after big bullish candles you get a lot of messing about, a lot of people trying to chop and trade around in these ranges where people just chop themselves out of the market. We needed to be in at this level, which we outlined, and if you're trying to get in now, I think, you know, people may say, oh, it's not too late, and that may well be the case. We may well continue for Chainlink here, but if we analyze what we did with Ethereum in our previous Chainlink video, where we talked about a rise to the $15, $14, $16 regions around this level, we then ended up for Ethereum going down to double bottom. These are the areas where we need to be skimming off 20, 30% profits to be able to rebuy back at these levels, because you know, we know what sentiment will be like down at these levels if we was to get a double bottom. Bitcoin goes up, maybe it goes $40,000, big sharp drop in the market. Bitcoin continues to take some dominance on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and the altcoins get a little bit more wrecked than Bitcoin on that drop. Go ahead for a nice double bottom there. We've then got the capital available. However, if Bitcoin just carries on and the altcoin dominance sort of surges and the Bitcoin dominance comes down, we've then still got money in the market to be able to continue to capitalize on the market going up and skimming out profits on the way. So it's all about just planning and having that psychology in place, but that all comes from being excited at the most optimal times in the market. For coins like Chainlink or any other coin, we needed to be in at them big bearish candles, not the big bullish candles. So let's just take a little look at the Bitcoin dominance now. From the analysis that I've been posting on Twitter for a while, we know we've been talking about that 56-57% level for Bitcoin dominance to come in and align with these big bullish candles and the big bearish candles. It's a clear support and resistance. Of course, it will be manipulated on when we finally do get there, if we get there, because people will say, oh, we're breaking out, or we're breaking down. You get a lot of messing around these levels, apart from this zone where Bitcoin went for a nice ABC to the upside, and then just dropped and the altcoins took over. So we need to be focusing on, at the minute, Bitcoin is taking the dominance. There's no arguing with that. It's what we've been expecting. Bitcoin is the one that's moving higher than the rest of the market. Of course, you will get a select few altcoins that do better than Bitcoin, but taking into account the Bitcoin dominance at the minute, we're seeing Bitcoin take the lead, as we've been expecting. We need to be focusing on, if Bitcoin's going to get a couple of sharp pullbacks as the Bitcoin dominance is increasing, the altcoins are going to go down a lot more, which is where we can see them potential 30-40% corrections in the altcoins, because we've seen it happen so many times. Why would we not see it again with the altcoins? Even in raging bull markets, we see 50-60% drops in the altcoins. So it's not something to not expect. If we do drop 50-60% and double bottom on a couple of them, we don't need to panic. We just need to have that capital available, which is why I was talking about the plan with Chainlink, having them set buys and sells in advance before the moves, not chasing into the big green candles. And of course, that does not get you many subscribers, it don't get you many followers, it don't get you as much attention saying that. But when the reality of the market hits a couple of people, this is the correct analysis. We're talking about things that are going to potentially be saving people, taking profits and skimming off profits and having that plan, rather than just half-assing it and just going into to absolutely nothing in the market and no plan, no analysis of the Bitcoin dominance and where liquidity is moving. So we can see at the minute that the liquidity is flowing into Bitcoin. Still really no new liquidity coming into the market. It is all money moving away from the altcoins into Bitcoin. Of course, we could just fall here and go set new lows for the Bitcoin dominance, but still eyeing up them 56-57% levels on the Bitcoin dominance, which would align with a nice trend line retest to the upside here for Bitcoin dominance. So still really looking for these levels on the Bitcoin dominance to be hit. And then when you take a look at the video that we posted about a potential alt season in March, April 2024, this is the zone where we could potentially see Bitcoin dominance absolutely fall off. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to go down. All it could mean is Bitcoin's still going up and the altcoins are starting to get all of that liquidity in the market, as all the attention is on Bitcoin up here for retail to come in and buy Bitcoin, as the big players rotate capital into the altcoins, and then people once again are steps behind because them altcoins start to absolutely fly. We then need to be taking profits on the altcoins down at these levels, as everyone's attention turns to the altcoins for them to come in and buy. So we just need to stay a couple of steps ahead here, and using the Bitcoin dominance analysis here, that is one way we can do it. All of the analysis that we've just done on Bitcoin dominance, Chainlink, and the rest of the market with liquidity moving about with no real new liquidity coming into the market. Let's just take a look at the others market cap here. And we can see that if we was to get a drop in Bitcoin and the dominance to continue to the upside, then even still we'd potentially be expecting somewhat of a correction back down to this trend line for the altcoins, which would be quite a hard drop. And you can see even with the altcoins popping this week, the move up that we've had on this others chart is still really not significant at all, which is a good sign, because let's just take a look at the Fibonacci here. We'll take it from the candle body closes on the monthly time frame to the current bottom. Absolutely nowhere even near a 38 or a 50% retracement to the upside, and we're already seeing altcoins absolutely fly. So even if we was to just continue from here with our positions in the market, we're setting ourselves up for major 2, 3, 4, 500% moves on them altcoins, which is potentially what we could be seeing happening. But When taking into account planning and procedures in the market, we just need to watch out because we know on the other's market cap, the big bullish candle breaker is down at these levels. If it was to get absolutely wrecked in the market, Bitcoin drop, take all that dominance, would be expecting the altcoins to go and set brand new lows. So yeah, I'm not saying this is the worst time in the market, and don't be excited because of what we've seen over the last week. What I'm saying is we need to plan for both scenarios. This is not a zone where I want to be making many decisions. The zones where I want to be making decisions are right here in the future or right here in the future. Either way, I think this zone on the altcoins gets hit. So I'm not saying right now go and sell all your altcoins. I'm not saying to do anything because I'm not a financial advisor. But let's just plan for a couple of scenarios. Scenario 1, we continue to the upside here for the altcoins, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin drops a bit of dominance as it rises, and then we potentially rotate out of Bitcoin into the altcoins and set ourselves up for a nice big retrace like this for the altcoins, fill in this big bearish candle. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2, Bitcoin continues up and takes all of the dominance, has a couple of scary drops and sets the altcoins back a little bit, and we potentially zoom in and buy here. So having that capital available, having these plans in advance has helped us in the past buying these lows and selling up at the highs. So why can we not do that again? Let's just take all of that off the screen and look at where we are. We're stuck in a range still. I know it might not feel like it, but we are. We're stuck in this absolutely massive range for the altcoins. Bitcoin potentially seems to be breaking out, and we know that altcoins lag. Could altcoins lag a little bit as Bitcoin's going out, and then as Bitcoin drops in dominance, the altcoins catch up? Absolutely potential scenario. We skim off profits at these levels because we know the most dangerous levels on the altcoins would be around these 50, 61 and 702 retraces to the upside. Could we absolutely go and send it to absolutely new all-time highs? Yeah, absolutely. But we just need to manage our risk, manage our game plan, because we need to be ready for them potentially scary drops that we do get. We've seen it happen in the past. These accumulation phases in the past took way longer than we've got at the minute. So a couple of scary drops are not going to phase us in the market. We're ready for it. We've been analysing coins like Chainlink from $4.50 and we've got 100% moves on those. So putting ourselves in a really nice situation with some altcoins, some that we've not rebought and we sold it up at the highs on the January moves like H-bars. So still just following the plan, still just sat back relaxed, letting the market do the work. It's nice to see a lot of excitement coming back into the market because it's been a while since we felt it. But realistically, look at the others' market cap. Still in the range, still absolutely nowhere near where we want to be selling major positions in the market, in my opinion. Of course, once again, not financial advice, but just linking it all in together, guys. Couple of scenarios, and you might say in the comments after this, oh, so you're saying it's up or down? Well, it's always up or down. Nobody knows for sure, but capital preservation and capital management is the most important factor in this market. If we was to do something like that, then why not? why would we not prepare for something like that? If we was to do something like this, why would we prepare not to sell at these levels? It makes absolute sense to do planning for both scenarios. So people that say, oh, you're saying it's up or down, these people have absolutely no idea what to do in the market. They've probably just come in and probably a bit annoyed that they've bought high and sold low, and they wanted to go even lower, and they're just saying things to be a little bit of a troll online. So that's just a bit of the psychology, guys. Have your plan in place for the coins that you're analysing. Drop a comment, let me know if there's any other coins that you want me to analyse separately. I know I've got a list I put on Twitter about a month ago now, so I'm going to try and work through those. It's been a bit of a hectic time at the minute, so not as many videos out at the minute, so just trying to get as much out as I can at the minute, so I hope you appreciate it. If you do, give it a like. Any comments is, of course, always appreciated. Sit back, relax, guys, let the market do the work. It's not financial advice, but I'll see you next time.